All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Speed Gaming 2. You are looking live at the screens of our two competitors this evening, Malchior on the left and Rando the Commando on the right. We are in the group stage of the 2023 SGLIVE tournament. This is one of 8 groups of 5 that are present here in the tournament. This is the Gibdo group, so this group has Malchior, Rando the Commando, Jam Evil, Jess Andy 8, and PDX Rex in it. Each of our 5 competitors will play everybody else once. We're starting 2 screens west of Vanilla Start. And we're getting some, we're getting checks of this screen right here and getting useless hints. So I'm bbq.gov. I'll be your pilot, I guess. I don't know what the right metaphor is. But doing the real heavy lifting behind the scenes and clicking all the buttons for the tracking tonight is Smilefires. So big shout out to Smilefires for doing so. We have some immediate route divergence. Malchior checked Vanilla Start and found level 5. Meanwhile, Rando the Commando is making his way up to Death Armos to try to get that check out of the way. All right, well, we get our... Oh, well, that was quick. We have our first item on the board. It's at Death Armos. It's the Armos item. It's the book. So, for those who are not familiar with the book, by the way, we have the large secret also on the rando side of 73. Ew, that's below average, about 25% below average. So, not great, as Rando discovers level 5 and sees the map and knows that straight pirouetting is not going to work. He's going to have to go to the right to pirouette. And pop that door open without any problems. But if you're not familiar with the flag set for the SGLIVE 2023 tournament, as Rando pirouettes that bomb door open. Right. And now the bad news about the large secret. It's good news, bad news. I mean, it's good you get it early because you can buy things like a candle. But bad news in the sense that there's only one of those in this flag set because we are on Second Quest Overworld. Which means we have only one large secret, and it's in place of the two other large secrets that would be there normally. We have, I believe, a medium and a small. Ooh, instant gambling by Malchior slightly pays off. That's not a great casino. That is a corporate casino. It didn't pay out very much. But you take the win where you can get the win. Malchior's going to check southwest corner, and Rando, we'll see if he feels like gambling. He does not. Right, do we have anything in the southwest corner? We have any roads. Now, this will be helpful early for Malchior if they take you someplace fun. All right, this takes you to one of the vanilla any roads. We clip into this. This is a single frame clip he's trying to pull off here with Octoroks flying around. Malchior's talented enough to do this, and he gets it. Very nicely done. Okay, 3 at the waterfall is very handy. That allows you to get this annoying check out of the way if you can get this one Stalfos to get out of the way, and he's going to be able to do that. And is richly rewarded with that check. Instant sword, instant up A save. Now, the good news for Rando, if he's able to pull this clip off, will ideally, if he checks the waterfall, and he does on the first try, very nicely done. If he checks that stair right there and goes up, which he's not going to do yet. He's going to see where number 4 takes him. It takes you to the Eastern Forest. So other than the waterfall, these aren't the greatest. But Rando is going to go back into stair. Where is he headed? Probably doing the 1, 2, 3 counting and deciding. Okay, he's going to go back to the southwest corner and finish these checks over here. Probably do the grave. Meanwhile, Malchior, on his side, is going to try to kill these red gorillas, which are on the overworld. That's randomized in this flag set. And try to get some bombs. It comes up over a billion, it feels like. So he's going to check level 1 instead. That is probably maxed at vanilla level 1. We'll find out here in a little bit. But the flag set is Second Quest Overworld, Shapes Dungeons, and Second Quest enemies, which means we're going to see our old friends Red and Blue Bubbles. Rando finds level 9 on his side at the grave. That's good information to have early, and that's not tremendously out of the way either. We don't have an easy any roads path to get up to the grave, up to Death Mountain. But our runners, if they can pull off a ladderless block clip to get into an inroads, they can certainly do a screen scroll to get over to the grave from wherever they need to. As Rando finds on his side a take any and is going to grab a candle out of it this early. That's a good call. That was at vanilla level 6. And a medium secret on Malchior's side at the Grave Armos. I believe that was only 27, so this is one of the risks that can happen with Second Quest money. With one large secret and a substandard medium secret, we've seen in this flag set some of our runners have to do things like rupee farming to be able to buy keys or to be able to buy arrows or a potion if necessary. Small secret there of 11 on Rando's side is 10% above average. It's fine, but when you combine that with a 74 big and a 27 medium, that's D plus money. So something our runners are going to have to be aware of. There's our medium size level 6. It looks kind of like what are those kids, the toddler versions of Legos, the Duplos, the big chunky ones. Looks like one of those. Rando is, he's headed back to the grave. He's going to be very glad he's knocking this check out now. If he can get up there without taking further damage. He's going to reset the screen here to get that enemy off the ladder, and then climb up, and he'll be richly rewarded with his sword if he can get that one guy. Just get that Stalfos. Just, excuse me, sir. Sir, can you not? Sir? Need you to come over here. Okay, you just kill him. That works too. Meanwhile, on Malchior's side, he's burning the dead woods and finds a bomb shop. $12 bombs is not bad. So he takes 2 packs and will be on his way. So both our runners have swords. And by the way, the other major thing to know, if you're not familiar with this flag set, is that the wood sword that our runners have, that's the only sword they're getting. In this flag set, this is meant to be challenging. The White Sword and Master Sword have been replaced with two bomb upgrades. So the White Sword bomb upgrade will be mixed into the item pool that is randomized. As Malchior gets a heart, take any one screen east of where our runners started, and it looks like Malchior's going to jump into 5 and see what he can do. So to complete the thought is, left Mola here is not great. If you can keep, if you can keep him over there, this is the parentheses minus room. If you can keep him there, you can take him out with beam swords, but it's going to be a challenge. Meanwhile, Rando has found level 4. We have a segmented level 4. So Rando's going to do a little bit of exploration here. Having that map helps a lot. It'll save time and effort in terms of having to try to find a bomb hole somewhere. So, but it's a manageable size level 4, 17 rooms, not terrible. But Rando knows he has to bomb over to that right next to the old man, and he's going to do that. So despite the fact that this is Second Quest Overworld, and we have Second Quest enemies in dungeons, including things like red and blue bubbles, Stalfos that shoot beams, super ropes, we do not have, because it shapes dungeons, we have the quote-unquote normal allocation of items in dungeons, which means that level 4 will only have one stair item in it. Heart Shuffle is off in this flag set, which means that the floor item in each of the 8 dungeons that normally would be the heart container will still be the heart container. Rando's going to push this block here and find his item. It is the blue banana. This early, Rando's going to grab that. It's blue potassium, but it's also useful to stun enemies, which when you're on 3 hearts and wood sword and green tunic is probably a good idea. Speaking of level 4, Malchior's found it just 1 screen northeast of vanilla level 1. So he's going to take a peek in here now that he has the map and knows what he's up against. So we see Dark Nuts here in the dungeon for level 4. And one thing to mention here, if you're not familiar with the flag set, is that there will still be the enemy sets, the normal types of enemy sets, as you would see. So you're not going to see like Cole's voice on the overworld or anything like that. But you will see Dark Nuts in the dungeon. So this is a Dark Nut set in this dungeon. They are normal HP enemies. So we don't have +-2, +-4. There was enough stuff for our runners to keep track of in this flag set, so some discretion had to be applied. Rando's going to grab the Triforce out of level 4, finds it on the floor, knows what the item is. Malchior's getting that blue potassium news right now. So Rando is done as can be in level 4. There is still a heart container in there on the floor somewhere, but no need to worry about that right now. Well, unless Rando grabbed it. He's got 4 hearts, so it's entirely possible I would have missed. Oh yeah, I did miss it. It's in this Dark Nut room right here that Malchior grabbed. So that will wrap up level 4. Quick check of that bomb upgrade. Yeah, that's probably mags, and yeah, 4 hearts is still not enough to get mags in this flag set. One thing you're likely to see our runners do against this type of enemy set, as well as red and blue Wizrobes in the dungeons, especially with the potential for red bubbles to take your sword away, will be a judicious use of bomb strats to take out your higher HP enemies. Malchior's going to grab his Triforce out of level 4 and even this up at 1 Triforce piece. So you're going to see a good amount of that, maybe more than you would in a quote-unquote vanilla randomizer seed. You'll see usage of the bombs to take down enemies, both for time purposes and because of the possibility that you may be swordless for a little while. All right, so slight divergence in path here. Rando's going to get a heart container here. Malchior, meanwhile, has done some exploration in the middle of the map and found our white sword item, which is the red ring and can be picked up at 5 hearts. That's great news for Malchior early. Very good to have. At the same time, it's one of those items, given where it is on the map, that it's in an open cave right in the middle of the map. Rando's not likely to miss that. So it is definitely helpful, certainly for a screen like that Rando's facing right now, that blue left mola. If Rando makes his way up to the middle of the map and checks that, he'll get a red ring and have a much better time of trying to beat that room or get past that room in level 5. Both our runners should have their red ring here before too long. Malchior is going to check second quest level 7 here. Again, this is a spot that does not burn in first quest, but will only burn in second quest. Unfortunately, it's just a door repair charge. Thankfully, the door repair charge doesn't look to be huge, which is only fair given the significantly less than ideal large secret and medium secrets. Malchior is going to check the coast here, and it is the minimum. It's the minimum 15 rupees for the door repair, which that's about as good as you can. That literally is as good as you can do with that roll. Malchior finds a third take any cave here, and this is something, particularly now that Malchior has red ring, that you will see our more experienced runners do with when they find a take any at this stage of the game, when they have a workable amount of hearts, a workable amount of health, and some good defense, like the red ring. Is either take the potion, as Malchior did there, because haven't seen our letter cave yet. Oh, I just missed what was on the coast. But our tracker Smile Fires, I'm sure, caught that. And we'll update the board presently. That's Power Bracelet on the coast, according to chat. So thank you, chat. That is potentially useful. We'll talk about why that is in a second. Again, for those who aren't familiar with the second with these flags, is Malchior has found level 2 on his side and is going to jump right in and get rewarded one screen in with the ladder. Well then, all right, that's useful. And speaking of the red ring doing work, that's exactly what Malchior is putting it to use for. I was hoping for the Triforce right there, but we'll just... It's not a huge level 2, only 15 runes, so take a shot, knock this out. This is not a bad enemy set. There's some bombs that are very useful. But to finish the thought, one thing you may see our runners do when they find the 3rd or 4th Take Any cave is either take the potion when they find it, or as Malchior's going to leave those bombs there in case he needs them here. That's a free key on the ground. Definitely grabbing that and going to up A here. As Rando is exploring Western Death Mountain now, he's got some bombs, which I kind of like that play. We haven't seen Western Death Mountain yet. We haven't seen much of Death Mountain at all beyond the grave, so good time as any to check that out. The other thing you may see our runners do is when they find that 3rd or 4th Take Any cave is just leave it. And in case of emergency, break glass if they need a last-minute potion before heading into 9. Main reason you would need a potion is not because you have Wood Sword, but it's because of the presence of red bubbles, which can definitely be a major annoyance if you have found Ganon in level 9 but get red bubbled the screen before entering and there are no blue bubbles in sight. Did that happen to me in a steed I ran last night? Who can say, really? It, could be anybody. Meanwhile, on Rando's side, that dig of Western Death Mountain seems to be paying immediate dividends. He's found level 3 up there. And if 3 has a useful item, which could be somewhere as soon as this room, that could be a definite benefit for Rando, because Western Death Mountain is not a spot that runners typically relish checking. But this is a segmented level 3, so this is our transport. Our transport, and it takes you right to the Triforce room, which is great. Is Rando going to grab it? Rando is going to grab it. Question will be whether Rando jumps back in. I would think he would have to at this point. This is in an inconvenient spot. You don't have Flute yet, and any roads don't take you up. Yeah, it's in a terrible spot, so you're definitely going to dig that item out. Meanwhile, on Malchior's side, he spent a decent amount of time in 2 trying to find this Triforce. Unlike the latter, the Triforce is buried somewhere. Maybe as far in as this room or the room all the way under the L. No here in a second there. Well, never mind. There it is. So Malchior's got his Triforce out of 2, and that'll wrap that up. Speaking of red and blue bubbles, we found blue bubbles on Rando's side. Yeah, and we'll keep an eye on Rando's side as he continues to look for... That's a bait block right there. That key door, however, without keys, not an easy way to pirouette that. But now that Malchior's found the letter, and you're in the Eastern Forest, the easiest thing in the world to do is go to the coast and grab whatever that is. It's the power bracelet, and that's exactly what he's going to get done here. Malchior's going to try to do a screen wrap here with the ladder clip. Saves some time getting back to the Eastern Forest and does a nice job to pull it off. Very nicely done. He's going to check this armor spot here. Now he's going to check this burn spot and find a chunky level 8. So this has 2 items in stairs and 1 heart container on the ground. And going to get in the door there, but he's pulled it off. No telling what the enemy set is yet. That's a creepy empty room. But it's a big-ish level 8. So we'll see what we are able to find in here. Ew, whiz ropes. Not great. Meanwhile, Rando is checking the top half of the map here, trying to find the item in level 3, which could be right here, actually.